What's that sound, Brian?
I think we're gonna die.
Again? Oh, here we go. I never remembered hitting record this time.
Like a boss.
Oh. Oh, that countdown. Oh,
yeah.
All right, where is it? There we are. Wait, is that KBT?
Yeah, KBT.
KBT is back.
I don't know. I think it might be.
I think it's an imposter.
And what's going on, everyone? You tuned into another episode of the Just Let It Happen podcast. I'm A. Cortez.
Live fire.
And if you want to see everything we do, go to jlihpodcast.com. And if you want to support us, go to patreon.com/jlih. What's going on? What's going on?
Watch me eat this chicken.
Not much, man. What's going on with you guys?
Not much. All right, let's get the background
Hey,
music
Sarah.
up there.
Screw this up. Let's see.
All right, and our chat is working, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm noticing on the live stream over here the closed captioning's working on Facebook now.
Oh yeah, it works
Bring the show.
crazy.
It does. All right, so here we are. We're gonna do this a little bit differently today. So we're gonna start with KBT. KBT, welcome back. What's new in your world? What's been going on? What's up?
Not a whole lot. I mean, I've been kind of like sitting at home more than normal because I'm not allowed to do anything. But aside from that, I've been streaming a lot of Call of Duty at Killer Bathtub on my Facebook page. You should check it out.
For sure, we'll put a link. We'll put a link on the show title too.
But aside from that, man, I've just been, I have a new hobby. Well, a very new, expensive hobby. Building computers.
We know that.
Yeah, right.
We are the Just Let It
yeah.
Happen podcast is now running on a KBT special. KBT built this entire machine we are now using. Thank you.
I haven't optimized that device yet. I don't know if I feel safe with that yet.
Wait, I think I smell something
But-
burning.
Yeah, no, I'm good, man. I mean, trying to stay positive,
Nice.
all the craziness that's going on.
It's nice.
Aside from that, I'm pretty good.
It's nice to see you on this screen in full quality with like perfect sound, and you're not even in this house. Like,
Oh yeah, I know. I spent once I realized I had to do something with my time and started streaming games from PC. I started upgrading things very, very expensively.
yeah. Well, if this was the old machine, you wouldn't be able to hear that. This would not sound the way it does
Oh,
with you
yeah.
piped in. We remember
I mean,
the days of Angry Elvis piped in on his tablet.
Oh my God.
The
Oh.
massive delay
Oh,
and the
God.
shit sounding audio we had.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
am I moving my camera all over the place?
No.
Oh, and new. What the hell?
That-
Sorry about that. I don't know if you know. I got some new additions. I got the 4th Doctor and the 12th Doctor as my pull strings on my freaking fan.
Which I think is awesome.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
The Weeping Angel's still with me. Always.
Nice.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
These days you're sitting in front of your computer so long, you're always looking at it so it can't get you.
There's so many cameras in that room now. It can't even move. Don't blink.
Don't blink.
See, I don't have the cool sound software right now that Joe does, so Joe can probably put on something cool, sound like an angel or something. I have no idea.
Did you send out the?
I shared it. Yeah, I don't know who I tagged in it.
I don't have anything.
There it is.
Very cool software. I don't have any of that.
Yeah, it's on my page here. Joe shared it too. I'm just trying to figure out how to tag on it. See all. No, I can't even edit the post. Let me. Oh, if I look at it from my own wall.
I shared it from me.
Yeah, no, I shared it too. But here we go. Edit post. I just got to tag Brian in it.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Brian Pierce and the other Brian Pierce and his other one oft good there. Save. All right, now you're tagged in it. So since I said live fire, what's new in your world? What's going on and what is up?
Well, as everybody knows, I started a new job about a month ago, and I will officially say I have lost 30 pounds.
Really?
30
Sounds
pounds.
like I need to do whatever you're doing,
Well,
except for I'd have a heat stroke.
I've come close a couple of times. I'm fitting into clothes that I was wearing 5 or 6 years ago.
Damn.
Yeah, and they're loose.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
I mean, there's that, and I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty, but Black Ops 4, not so much Modern Warfare, like Killer Bathtub.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of fucking hackers out there, man.
Yeah.
I can't believe, like, died 2 shots from a VMP today. 2 shots, full health, level 2 armor.
Hey, Dean.
Yeah, so
Hey, Dean.
Dean is now our
Dean.
111th subscriber. We are on a goal to reach 200 by the end of
That's one of
August.
my Alabama man friends.
Alabama.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Whoa, Black Betty, Alabama.
So what's up, Dean? Thanks for joining. Share this out. We want to get this out to as many people as possible. We're starting new. We're starting something different. I'm excited.
Yeah.
What's the name of the place
Most
you
of
work
the people
on?
that
Cowabunga Pool.
Cowabunga Pools. Brian needs some more clients. They're on their way up to get like 200 pools. So look up Cowabunga Pools and
Yep. Hit
Yeah.
us
it's
up.
kind of cool.
Hit us up.
so did
I see
the
Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, actually, it is based off Ninja Turtles. It was on a night of drinking, and they were trying to look up names, and the one that they wanted was taken, and I guess they got really drunk, and they came up with Cowabunga Pools.
it's
Hey,
a,
it works, man.
Hey, it works, yeah.
the reason we called him originally was because of the name. When we looked it up on Google, we're like that guy.
That guy. And the great thing is that he did such a great job that when he offered me a job during this whole coronavirus thing, I was like, I got some stuff on Indeed. Let me check it out. And if nothing pans out, I'll give you a call. So a week later, I had no responses from Indeed. So I was like, hey, you know what? I'll take it. And for like 3 weeks, he's like, so if you stick around, I'll get you some shirts and da, 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 da. So now it's been a month and a half, and I lost all this weight, and I'm feeling good. And even though I don't like the sun, I'm out in it every day, sweating my ass off, working, losing weight, and I'm actually feeling so much better.
See, soon because of the tan you're getting,
Yeah, look at this.
you're not even going to have to worry about all the people attacking the white people because you're going to look brown in about a month.
Yeah, I'll go
Oh my
incognito. Antifa fall down. Black Panthers.
Oh man.
Come on now. Let's not get banned our first day back.
Yeah, exactly.
No, let's get banned our first day back. Hell yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna try something new. But for A. Cortez, what's new in my world? A lot, actually. First, I got to apologize to everyone, especially KBT and Brian, who ask me all the time, "Did you see what I sent you in Messenger?" And I go, "No, I have not been on Messenger like at all." And I know a lot of people have been trying to reach out to me. Auntie Michelle, I see you in the room. I saw your messages today. So hi, we're all good. We're doing good. The kitchen's almost done. I will be getting back to my social roots. I went through a little bit of a downfall, but I'm back up again. Even though some shit's going on right now, I'm not going to think negatively about it. We're going to keep on trucking. So I will be back on my Messenger. I promise. I'm not ignoring all of you. I was ignoring the entire world. It's not just you. And then for this show, we brought in an executive producer because, I mean, after 200 shows, we kind of run out of new things to talk about, and we start doing repeats, and it just gets fucking boring. So we have someone new on board. She doesn't want to be mentioned. Yes, it's a she. But we have an outline for a show, and we're going to get topics. And I want to kind of go back to the roots. When Brian, me, and KBT started this thing, we had a lot of shit to talk about, and it was always fun, and I want to get back to that, especially since Joe built me this awesome fucking computer here. We have the equipment. Even on his end, he's piped in here, and he doesn't live with us anymore. We can do this.
Who built you this stuff?
Joe built it.
Who's Joe?
Joe Killer Bathtub.
Oh, KBT. Yeah, KBT built that shit.
Everyone on here knows who we are. The only one we need to watch out for is that Brian Zabriskie. He's trying to be like
Yeah.
Brian Pierce on Live Fire, but that
Yeah.
Zabriskie guy,
Yeah,
gotta watch
man.
out for him.
That fucking wannabe. Fuck you.
So the topic of today's show is generational differences, and just looking at the podcast screen, we have some differences right here because between me, KBT, and Livefire, we're spread out on an age gap. KBT and I being closer, Brian being about 10 years ahead. But we're looking at like the state of the world today, and the whiny little bitches on here. I watched this video on Facebook yesterday in the store, and this, excuse me, that burp was not brought to you by Monster, but we'd like it to be. But it was this black dude, and he was getting arrested for being an ass, and he literally was screaming and crying like a little kid in a grocery store that didn't get the fucking lollipop from the cashier. And I'm like,
What a bitch.
you gotta be kidding me. Like, and these are adults. This is the generation that's fucking voting now. This is some
Well, it's not
scary
even-
shit.
Yeah. What's scarier is all these. I don't know, dude. It's tough. It's hard for me to. I'm trying to be as neutral sounding as possible.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Thanks for
Hey,
the thanks for
Chris.
the share, Christopher Peck. I like how we got these little things set up now, which is awesome.
Yeah.
No, we are trying. I mean, we are going to step on toes no matter what we say, but we are going to try to be a little bit more understanding.
But the
What?
what I was basically getting at is there was this kid. There was a video. I posted it on my page, but there was a kid. His parents just got a brand new TV, and they're in the middle of setting it up, and this kid just starts hitting it with a hammer and trying to throw it off the TV stand and stuff. But we just got shut down. Apparently, Dean said.
What?
What?
I still see it.
I see it.
I'm seeing it.
All right,
Yeah, it's right
let's
there.
see. I don't know.
It's still going.
Yeah, we're still going.
Yeah.
Thank God. Okay.
How's your internet over there, Dean?
Yeah.
No, I have the live stream up over here now too. Also, this is the first time we're streaming on this machine. Megan here sees it too, so apparently
Yeah, okay.
the crispy zombie just wants to keep running on Joe's head. So
There you go.
oh, there it goes. It went
I was
away.
probably playing a song. But no, he might have just had a
A little glitch.
internet issue.
Yeah.
But no, this kid the entire time his dad is trying to install this TV, is trying to destroy the TV. He's trying to throw it off the stand. His mom is filming this whole thing, like, because it's a big event, because they just got this new TV and stuff, and I guess they wanted to film it for whatever reason. But essentially, the kid ends up freaking smacking the shit out of his brand new TV with a hammer while his parents just kind of stood there and let him do it while they're yelling at him to stop, but they didn't do anything to physically stop him.
Oh boy.
And that's a big thing. Like I said in the post, I would be killing a child.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not even kidding. Like we're talking like a super thin screen, and he's pounding on it with a hammer. Like there's holes going in the screen from this hammer.
Huh.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
no, and I just don't understand how parents. I mean, I understand it's got to be a tough thing right now because everybody can, cry abuse and stuff like that. Nobody's really allowed to discipline their kids much anymore, depending on most states you live in. I mean, I'm not recommending you go freaking, you go ancient empire on them and hook them to the rack and whatever. But I mean.
Now some kids need to be hooked to the rack,
Yeah.
man.
Do you have the chat up, Joe? Can you see the chat? Megan here
Yeah,
goes, his Xbox would meet the same fate as my TV.
Hell yeah.
But see, generational differences right there.
Right.
Like right there, and especially with today's world and yesterday's world and even the world before that, it's completely different. Like the stories my father would tell me about what his father did to him.
Yep.
And how much better I had it. And I still got the belt.
Oh, yeah.
And I got the spoon.
Yeah, I got
and
the
I
shit.
got
I got
put through
everything.
drywall and lifted up,
Yep.
fucking dangling from a goddamn ceiling.
Yep.
And he had it worse than I did. But even like the internet has brought in a whole different level of, I want to say corruption.
Awareness.
I want to say corruption. It's like back in our day. Joe will remember this, and this is on our outline too. I like how I have a little guideline here to remind me of stuff, which is nice. What happened when the street light came on?
You go home.
We all
home.
it's time to go eat and do what we have to do.
Yep.
There was no cell
Mom
phone.
had that on a timer, and she wouldn't even look for the street light. She would look at that timer, and if you weren't there standing in front of the door walking in when that timer was gone,
You get your ass beat.
you might as well not come home, because it's not going to be a fun time.
Yep. Same way for me. And I'm older than you guys, man.
And now with the internet and more access to people's personal lives, the level of fucking like the level of creep and bad has increased. So like if Natalie came home from school right now, she couldn't throw her bags down and go run down the street and go ride bikes and play with the kids down there. Nope. I would have a fucking heart attack. But when you go back to us, we get home, throw our shit through the door, run out the door without closing the door, because who gave a shit about electricity then?
Hop on our bikes and
and go.
Yep.
Joe had it even better. He lived up in the fucking mountains in the woods. So when Joe disappeared, he would just disappear.
Because there was nobody around, so I had to bike my ass far to get my friends.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I played in the woods. Like,
yep.
You know, like that old George Carlin skit. It was like it was like whatever happened to let these kids, you know, just play in the dirt with a stick, dig a hole. Oh yeah, that's right. All the sticks have been recalled to China. You know, like, it's bad for you. You know, but
yeah, your parents would just yell, "You born in a barn." I actually lived in a barn at that time, so that statement, that statement I heard quite a bit, quite a bit.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's so different now. Like Natalie couldn't do that, and even still, if she disappeared, like before the school year ended, she decided to skip school with a friend and hide under a building.
I remember that. Yeah.
We tracked her down from her fucking cell phone. Yep. Like, there is no hiding in today's world, like at all. Like,
right.
But it's
unless you want to give up your iPhone.
Yeah.
Which kids will not do that.
Nope.
No. No. I love working in cell phones again, and everyone's seeing that iPhone is going Android in the new update. So many Apple users are fucking so pissed off. It's so nice to see. But Apple has reached that point there, going Android for iOS 14. I don't know if you've seen it, KBT. It is pretty
I've
cool.
seen a lot of stuff that I'm just like, meh.
Yeah, Mama would slap the fuck out of me if I just looked at her wrong. This is true. And you look at how we are versus how the younger... You look at these protests and all the stuff going on. Look at the people in the crowd. Who are they? They're mostly the newer generations. The entitled, we're all winners, give us free shit.
I want my stars.
I want my stars attitude type of people.
Yep.
All because it became illegal to spank your kids or discipline your kids, or if you did this to your kids, you're risking going to jail or DCF being called on you.
Well, once again, though, you know, it's not illegal to discipline your children.
Correct.
And there's a difference between spanking your child and beating your child.
Yep. But, and I learned this, and I went through this. KBT was there for a lot of this. Doesn't matter if you spank them. They're going to change your words. And the second the word, my dad hit me, or he slapped me, or something like that comes out, it's all over.
Yep.
Unless they say the word, he spanked me. Who the fuck says that? Oh, what happened? Oh, I stole something and my dad hit me. Well, there you go. It's done. It's right there. And that's bullshit. It's
back in the day, if I wanted to get smart and it would be like, oh, I'm going to, you know, tell them you're beating me up or whatever. My dad's like, go ahead. He's like, because, you know, by the time they get here, it's going to be worth it. And, oh, yeah, by the way, I'm friends with all the cops. And by the way, I'm friends with all the cops. He was in the Army with some of the cops. Dude, there wasn't a police officer in my town that didn't know who my father was. So I couldn't, even if I wanted to, they wouldn't buy it for a second.
Yeah, Megan says it right there.
Getting my ass kicked. even if I was getting my ass kicked, they would believe it was for a good reason, even if it wasn't. But
True. Megan says you can spank them, but with open palm and can't leave a mark lasting than 2 seconds is bullshit. Yes, it is. It is
that's
bullshit.
cool. I'll just beat the fuck out of them with a pillow.
Pillow party.
Yeah, dude, you get somebody with a freaking feather pillow and all the feathers move off to the side because you're whipping it so hard, that'll take you off your feet.
Yes, it will. Of course, here's a pillow party right here. Hey, Cortez.
We used to be able to rule with an iron fist. Now we rule with a pillow fist.
A pillow fist. You named yourself Pillow Fist?
I just thought of Clerks too, like pillow pants. What the fuck is pillow pants?
But also what's crazy is everybody's so used to being able to complain and getting what they want that even something as simple as video games isn't as fun as it was anymore, because now they're appeasing to the people who just suck and whine about sucking, and they ruin the game to try to level out the freaking playing field for the people who actually, enjoy the game. People, it's become a thing, and there's been a few people that have brought it up, but like for some people, Call of Duty becomes a place where they just come and blow off steam and like infect the freaking game with all of, like it's some therapy session to just shit on everybody in there, like to just treat everybody terribly. And I don't know. I just don't know what's going on. I don't understand where all this self-entitlement's coming from.
Thank you, Ryan. We just got our 112th subscriber. Thank you. Make sure you share this with everyone. We're trying to get the word out there. We're trying to rebuild. Much like YouTube did to us years ago, Facebook did a complete cleanse because we had like 400 people on this page. But during our time of inactivity, no one was coming to the page, and they kicked off everyone who hadn't been on the page. So we're essentially kind of starting over. And between the three of us who would win in the pillow fight, that would be KBT. And we're going to ask Chris Peck this, but he's not on the show because Chris decided he wanted to be a smartass and try to touch Joe's belly. So Joe stood up to not use a pillow. He used his big pillow right here, and he was in socks on the tile. So he went to swing at him, and he slipped. And Joe went straight down on Chris to the point he was going to die. So if KBT is coming at me with a pillow, I'm fucking running. I'm sorry. I'm out of here.
So wait a minute.
It might take me a while to get up to steam, but it's kind of like trying to stop a train.
Yeah.
Wait, did I hear you correctly when you said that Crispy went down on Joe?
That wouldn't happen.
Yeah. Crispy would not be alive right now.
No.
Oh my God.
Or what he thought he was going to be funny and burn me with a hot spoon, and then I donkey kicked him in the hip.
Mr. Peck is actually, you know what? Hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second. We're going to do this just because we can. We're going to do. No. I don't want to call my mother. Let's not. Mr. Peck, dial. Here we go, Mr. Peck. You're going to join us whether you want to or not.
No, I'm not hitting Ellen with the Febreze. I hit Crispy in the head with a Febreze can the other day.
Master Chris Mix.
I am watching this show and I am so offended. Oh my God. You know what? He's the only one there that has some. Now, excuse me, I gotta go bridge with the lady.
Hey, Crispy, remember that one time I stabbed you in the needle? Stabbed you in the neck with a needle in Joe's van because you wanted to make fun of me?
You remember the time you pooped your pants?
I do. That's happened more than once.
Hey, Chris, you did that like a few weeks ago, so shut up.
The breeze rolls in and I shit in my pants.
I think it's all happened to everybody.
Or damn close if it hasn't yet. You look forward to it. It'll happen one day.
So
probably at an inopportune time on the way to work or something.
So Crispy, while we got you on the phone, how was it like discipline-wise in your house growing up as a kid? I knew you were the right person to ask. I got to hear this now.
Oh, are we talking mom getting out of work and then chugging 2 giant cups of vodka? or before that?
Either or.
Oh, the time that me and my brother had a super soaker fight inside the house in hard wood, and I didn't remember the next day.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
you had the memory beaten out of you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there was moments in time where I've had incidents where things might have got a little too physical too quick, but I survived.
You know what my parents have taught me? To try and have patience with stupid people.
It's hard when the entire world is full of stupid people now.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, dude. The uncommon sense is fading quickly.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Especially, he gets to see all of it firsthand, where he works at what was that? The Citrus Hotel or something?
He's at Tinker Toy Island.
Tinker Toy Island.
Yes,
that's
Tinker
right.
Toy Island. Which
Yeah,
congratulations, by the way, for saving your job at Tinker Toy Island, listening to your friends and following the law. The law is on your side this time, Master Crispix.
Well, I'm just happy to have friends that I can talk to and make fun of me lightly, but also give me really good advice. So I got to take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
Yes,
For sure.
Hey, dude, it's all in good fun, my dude.
it is. It is.
Oh, I know that. Exactly. Believe me. I consider you all
God.
family. You're Brian. Oh, Brian, I don't know what happened, but that medicine you gave me a horrible and violent reaction.
What?
Well, no, it was the delivery device he used. It was one of my fantastic weapons of mass
okay.
distraction. And
Okay.
he had the usual reaction to somebody new to a invention of such.
Oh, okay.
magnitude.
Yeah. Don't blame my medicine, man. I'm a good doctor. I'm a
It was
great
potent,
doctor.
and he was not aware.
Yeah.
See, on a
But
note
it
of
was like-
generational
it was like, oh, no.
differences with that too, like the one thing kids today have better than we did is they don't have to hide that as much because it's mostly legal almost everywhere now. In Florida, we're voting on this year to make it legal too. So, I mean, that is one
But it's
advantage.
about Viagra.
Oh yeah, Livefire reached. What'd you
Oh,
say?
I
76? No.
Yeah, it's the little green pill.
Yeah. Yes, I can tell Crispy's on speakerphone. And I can tell what phone he's using on his speakerphone because of how bad it is.
Galaxy S8.
Well, I'm sorry. I enjoy not having to pay monthly for my device anymore.
Well, either way, if you decide to do this again, you also have a KBT machine that is quite capable of joining.
Yes, I would like to have you back on the podcast visually, Crispy, at one point, but I had to call you and bring you in there because I knew you were in the chat.
Oh, you're kicking me out already?
For the moment, we're gonna keep talking, and I might take some more callers now that we have this line hooked up. It's kind of fun.
All right. Well, I'll let you gentlemen be. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll be on the stream.
All right, we'll see ya. I do like being able to call like on the fly like that. I think that's so fucking cool now. No mix minus, no 800 wires going to three different mixers.
Oh my god, yeah, that was horrible.
It's nice. But yeah, no, today's kids definitely, when it comes to the greenery, they do have it a little bit easier. Even though the recreational areas, it's illegal for them to do it. But when they get caught with it, it's not as bad as when we got caught with it.
Oh, Jesus.
Wait, you got caught with it?
Once.
I never got caught with it.
I got caught once, but
I've
Dude,
sold thousands of
I got-
pounds, man. I never got caught with it.
Dude.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah.
go ahead, KBT.
No, he said, wait, what? I was, can't talk. Me and all my friends were hanging out, right? And I was driving, and it was my buddy's car. And of course, we had a device to consume such wonderful things. And because I was the one driving when the cop pulled us over, he wanted me to, lay claim to the delivery device. We didn't have anything on us. We just had the
Paraphernalia.
pipe, so to speak. And so I went to jail over a freaking pipe. Nothing with it, just because it had, and we had just got it that day. And because it had residue, it was considered, illegal paraphernalia. And I went to jail and had to go through this whole probation thing. And it wasn't even fucking mine. I didn't even get to freaking use it either. I was just the one driving. And I got pulled over because his high beam switch wasn't working. And I clicked off the high beams, but they stayed on. I wasn't speeding or anything.
Stupid stuff.
But yeah, that was fun to go home to call my parents at 3:00 in the morning. Like, hey, they're like, nah, you can fucking stay there.
My parents did the same thing to me. I got arrested in
Yeah,
Wilbraham,
but
and they're
the
like,
part is they forgot I was in the holding cell and I had to stay a whole nother day.
Oh my God.
Luckily, it was a Friday when they found me and I was able to get into court. But otherwise, I would have had to stay the whole weekend too.
oh damn.
Oh shit.
Oh, and I failed to mention that my friend said if I did take the fall for it, that he was going to bail me out. Yeah, he was the first one to jet.
Of course he was.
Ass.
But anyway, good old childhood memories, man.
Yeah, this topic got the whole topic for at least this part of the show was brought up mainly by example. So Sarah and I are out in the yard and we're doing yard work, and I drink straight out of the hose when I'm that thirsty. I don't give a fuck what the water tastes like. I don't care what you think is in it. I drink right out of the hose. Natalie was outside, this was a couple weeks ago, and she's like, I'm thirsty. I'm like, yeah, there's the fucking hose right there. And she looked at me with the most disgusted look on her face, like, drink from the hose? Yeah. Drink from the fucking hose. It's water. What happens when the zombie apocalypse hits and there's no plumbing? We're going to be drinking right out of that lake over there. You're going to love every second of it, too.
Yeah.
But it also ties in with immune systems and whatnot, too, because you see a lot of these younger kids getting sicker. Why? Because they're not building up the immunities we did, eating fucking dirt and drinking out of hoses and not giving a fuck about anything. And then even going back like to our parents' generations, it was they did more shit that if you did it today, you look at them like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Dude, radioactive isotopes used to come in kids' science kits.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I watched some videos on that stuff. Like the literal radioactive isotopes used to come in those little science kits.
Yeah,
literal.
they didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
Cool, it glows in the dark by itself.
Oh, geez, here's some fucking uranium.
There is a suggestion for
They
our
hold the power of the sun.
there's a suggestion for one of our topic challenges, which we still are doing the streaking special. This machine was built and we started over.
Nobody wants to see that.
No, we're not actually streaking. We're just doing the whole topic on that. But we're at Sarah's mom's house and we were looking at toys from the 70s, 80s, and 90s that are highly inappropriate for today's age. Like when they would sneak in adult jokes and kids' fucking toys. And just going through some of the stuff on there. There's a whole 2 hours based off of the sick fucking
Cartoons.
cartoons too. Oh yes.
don't even get me started on that shit.
What the hell is gluten?
Yeah.
This is the end. I'm on a gluten-free diet. Dude, you don't even know what gluten is. They're sitting at Hardee's
Pretty
after.
much gluten's anything that's bad. Like calories. That's a gluten.
I love gluten.
I love gluten. Give me all the gluten.
Oh yeah.
When he finally gave in to eating Girls Jr. or whatever. Oh, I love gluten.
It's gluten.
Give me all of the gluten.
Yo. No, I'm hoping. What I'm hoping to see, and at least I'm trying to do it with Natalie. To a point, there's some special circumstances there, which we're not getting into, but I'm hoping that we're all seeing what's going on, and the next generations of kids, I'm hoping, are being raised the way it used to be, so we don't have this psychotic fucking problem that we have now.
Yeah, but it's not.
Or maybe with awareness
it isn't
to the
going to happen.
psychotic fucking problem we have.
It's going to get worse before it gets better.
Oh, I know it's going to get worse, and I'm hoping we're at the point where it's like, all right, enough, please. I am Captain
One of my buddies
Glutonius.
said a long time ago, he was like, we need to stop putting warning labels on everything and just let the Darwin effect take a
Yes.
hold.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree. That's fucking nature right there. And
You
even
know, and because some stupid person grabbed their cup, didn't check the lid, Like when I make a coffee, I run my finger around that lid, make sure it's sealed because it's hot. It just got made. I know it's hot because I sipped it before I put the freaking lid on it. Like, it's hot. Now, all the cups, warning, hot. Don't spill in your crotch while you're driving. Like, come on, man. It's hot. You ordered a hot coffee.
It's like prime example too, and this goes to electricians and people who work with high voltage. When you see the clips of the stories of the idiot electricians who decide to take a piss next to a transformer box or something with a lot of electricity going through it, and they get killed by shock to the dick.
Or even when, not even so much they get killed, but like the people who decide to try to piss on electric fences that hold in cows. And they fucking fall down on the ground screaming. I've seen so many videos on that.
Yeah.
And like, you know, it's like, dude, you're a fucking idiot. When I grew up, I lived in Indiana and I lived in Tennessee. Guess what they have? A lot of cows.
Electric fences.
And electric fences. And my brother's like, hey, Brian, grab this fence. So as trusting as I am of my older brother, because he's never going to do anything to hurt me other than like punch me or something, right? I fucking grabbed the wire. The next thing I know, I got this shock running through my freaking arm and just, oh. Yeah, guess what I never did? I never pissed on one of those fences.
Yeah. I used to work, me and my brother and our neighbor, he had oxen, and we used to plow fields and stuff with it for the neighbors and stuff. Rather than going to get a rototiller, we'd take an ox over there, drag a plow, and now your garden's ready to go. But of course, we had a lot of electric fence. We set it up. We, messed with it, adjust the power of it. And my brother was still significantly younger than us. And he I forget what he did to try to get me, but he tried to get me with the fence. So I was like, yeah, dude, go ahead, undo the fence. So right as he went to grab the rubber part of the fence to unhook it so you could go into it, I grabbed his arm and I grabbed the fence. I got a little bit of a zap, but he got lit the fuck up because I let go of the fence first before I let go of him.
Yeah, Dean, I actually fell for the snipe hunting thing. I was about 11. Yeah. Here, snipe.
No, but see, all the stuff we're talking about.
Stuff that kids don't do. Butcher chickens at 12.
Yeah.
I do that. I did that.
First time I seen a chicken's head cut off and that body's still kicking and running, I vomited. I didn't believe it, but I saw that at a young age too. Oh my
Dude,
God!
I was terrified. It was like the evil chicken of the dead coming to get me.
You're looking around to see if you see Bruce Campbell.
But everything we're talking about too, you don't see kids doing that today. You see them drinking fucking bleach and eating Tide Pods and adding cotton candy and all this dumb fucking shit.
Well, I have a new internet challenge for all the kids today.
What's that?
By the way, you have to snort 4 ounces of cow hypo. And it's basically shock. If you can do that, if you can do that and survive, then you know what?
Oh.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Thank you, Dave. Our 100 and what did I say? We're at 114 now. Does this counter on the screen, Joe? Do I have to update it manually, or will it do it on the next stream?
It should automatically do it.
It's not. It's still at 110.
I don't know.
Do you mind cutting
We'll
my
have to
feed?
look
I
into
have
it.
to.
What?
Do you mind cutting my feed? I have to evacuate.
Oh yeah. Go for it. You're muted. Yeah, it won't let me update it manually. I wonder if it'll do it on the when I close it and open it back up again.
It should. It says 111 people follow us.
Yeah, but thank you all for the new likes. Share us. Yeah. We're trying to rebuild here since Facebook cleaned out our subscriber list. It's nice to have KBT back on the show too.
Yes, and don't snort shock. We were just kidding.
Yeah.
Just don't snort anything stupid.
But see,
don't snort anything.
The fact that we have to, the fact that you have to say that, and that's the main difference right there.
Just because it looks like Kool-Aid doesn't mean like it tasted. Wow, I couldn't even say the sentence properly. Just because it looks like Kool-Aid doesn't mean it's going to taste like Kool-Aid or have the same effect. It might make you sleep forever.
Yes. No, but it's snort Ajax. Remember the Ajax bomb Natalie tried making in the bathroom when we first moved here? She had no idea what she was doing. She was just playing, but
Mixing freaking bathroom cleaners and Ajax in the tub.
oh yeah.
Why does it smell like the freaking house is melting?
Nothing beats Crispy's first shower in our new house. So Joe and I are sitting in the living room. Crispy gets in the shower, which is from where the couch was. The door is literally behind us. So you hear him like mumbling and halfway singing and shit, and all of a sudden you hear, and Joe and I were like, what the fuck is that? Crispy comes running out of the bathroom with a towel. It's like a fucking lizard jumped on me. We're like, really,
Yeah,
dude?
When
Really?
he first moved to Florida.
Yep. Little tiny fucking baby lizard, and he screams like a little girl. Oh, that was so awesome.
I used to freak out I didn't freak out, just seeing things run across like when you go to walk into someone's house and the walls move because the lizards are on the outside. Like, "Wah, what the fuck is that? Or the frogs, the tree frogs that jump on your head when you try to go in. You know?
We need to take your Huntsman battle video. We need to edit it out, put some cool music to
Dude,
it.
there was something about that house with huntsman spiders, dude. Oh, like, nah, there was no like warming up to the size of these things. It's like legs. The body was the size of my thumb. Literally in the video and in the photos, their eyes reflect light. I can't talk. So when we took the picture with the flash, its eyes are glowing. It's crazy.
Yes.
You know, Beefaroni, like Chef Boyardee, yeah, his legs were like thick like that. Yeah, fuck that.
Oh, even like,
And they're faster than shit too.
yeah,
Like,
I wake up and the whole house is destroyed. I'm like, what the fuck? And Joe's like, just watch Facebook. I'm getting into it now. I need to sleep.
Is this the hunter spider?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Joe had a pair of them that lived in his room up by the attic door.
yeah. Well, yeah, we converted the garage to my room, and then we forgot to put this one trim piece in the hatch to get into the attic. And all of a sudden, I'm laying in bed watching TV one day, and I see Thing crawl down the wall, or It, whatever he was, cousin It, crawl down the wall, and I'm like, okay. And I'm like, what the fuck do I do? This thing is literally the size of my hand, and I'm looking at it, it's looking at me, and it kind of starts backing up and goes back up into my attic. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I can never sleep ever again. That's cool. I don't. But thankfully, later the next day, Alan opens the section of the garage we didn't finish because we left part of the garage able for storage. Alan opens the door, goes to get the lawnmower out, and goes, ah! He's beating the shit out of stuff. Oh, he found the spider.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
dead. It never bothered me again.
Those things are evil. Evil.
They don't like. They have no interest in screwing with humans. But if you get too close to them, they will bite you. They're not venomous, but it hurts.
My eyes
And
jumped
they don't
over
make
here
webs.
because I just saw Joe go like this on this monitor that has the feet on. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah. But
No.
nothing beats David had like a banana spider at his house, like
Oh,
and
boy.
he was mowing the lawn, and their webs are super strong. And he's mowing the lawn, and all of a sudden he's going by this tree, and something catches his face and almost makes him fall on the ground. Like he didn't just bust through it; he bounced off it.
Oh shit.
And then, sure enough, he looks up, and there's this fucking thumb-sized spider, yellow spider, chilling in this fucking web. And he said, "Dude, I would have ran away like a Buddhist monk. I would have set myself on fire, screaming. I would have run the fuck away."
Oh my god. The other thing
But anyway,
I miss, like, from our childhood too, like going out in the woods, fire, and a party would be going on with everyone, but you wouldn't have like fucking crazy ass. You wouldn't see heroin being passed around at this
Yeah.
party. You know, you smoke a joint, have
Drink
some
some
beers.
beers.
You
Yeah.
don't go off driving your car down to fucking Springfield. No, you just chill.
no, you,
well,
you might
we-
go
we- we-
you might go roll your truck in the woods. though, but-
That's different. That's different.
The parties I went to, I ended up driving my what was it, the Brome edition? It was damn, I can't remember now. Anyway, it was a freaking huge land yacht, and I would be drinking,
hi, Uncle Dave.
smoking weed, drinking, and like I would roll through 44 country and actually make it out. Like that's how big this fucking car was. Like,
Yeah, but
And-
you guys weren't passing around fucking laced heroin and all this bullshit that's around with the kids today. It was,
it was some
I-
weed
I-
and beers and a little cocaine. You
yeah,
know.
no, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was a simpler.
Fun stuff, not like, oh, let's melt into puddles of despair
Fucking,
and
Yeah, it's a
barf and
completely
itch for the next 3 days.
it's a completely different world. I remember fucking going out Red Bridge, rowing down the fucking the water there, going across the way where the rope swing is, light a fucking fire in the woods.
Yep.
Such a simpler time compared to now. And now everyone, like, and not to shit on my brother, but I got called. This is when we first moved here. Ryan, it's like, yeah, come over. I'm having people over. Just come over. So I go over there, and it's like 6 people like this. And for those of you listening to the audio side, I'm staring at my phone, pretending to type on it. I realize listening to some of the older shows I have to narrate because not everyone watches this. So there's 6 people. They're all talking to each other on their fucking phones.
Right.
And I'm like, hi. I'm sitting there. I'm looking at everyone. It's like, anyone going to talk? Like, oh, we are. Get in the chat. Like, why the fuck did I come over here if you're just going to sit here and talk to me through your phone? What is the point? I'll go home and scratch my balls and have more fun with than this. It's not the same. It's just not the same.
But but I was just thinking about this because we're talking about the parties in the woods and stuff. I don't know when we got smart, but like it didn't take long, and we're like, we're not allowed to do this in parking lots and stuff, and it's stupid because we drinking and driving is dumb, and we can get very arrested and hurt people. But there's that cool mountain over there that we're allowed to drive up, and if we drive far enough up, the cops can't get to. So
Yep.
why don't we go up there and be idiots?
Yeah, exactly. Some common sense.
Yeah,
And so we would camp out the night. We would freaking, most of us had trucks or SUVs, and the people who couldn't get their cars past a certain point where, the trails kind of got rough, they would just jump in our trucks, and then we would go up and freaking have fun. We would have a massive 4th of July party every year. We'd bring fireworks and stuff, but we weren't stupid. We had this giant dirt field that we would launch off freaking fireworks in, not in high grass and dry brush fires and all this other stuff. Or we'd be next to the lake, like right on the boat ramp.
Yep.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah, ours was right by the river. Yeah, that's
so it's like, I
Yeah.
don't know. I guess learning how to not hurt yourself in the woods is kind of part of growing up back then.
Yeah. And I agree with Megan here. The old phones and dialing and prank calling and all that. Those are fun days before you could be traced with everything you could do.
Oh, I got in so much trouble. I was on a 3-way call with my friends, and we were prank calling the Chinese food restaurant up the road. My mom picked up the phone. Otherwise, we were ordering 36 orders of snow peas. Yeah, she flipped out, dude, on the phone. Needless to say, we didn't get away with that.
Oh my God. Oh, Yum Yum Kitchen. You like, you'll come back for more. Yum Yum Kitchen. For those of you who don't know what Yum Yum Kitchen is, this is in the Eastfield Mall, Springfield, Massachusetts.
oh god. Yeah.
We worked at a cell phone kiosk right there in the food court. These guys, this was the worst. I wouldn't eat there if you gave me $1 million.
for sure.
So
for sure.
we literally watched them. This kid dropped the whole tray of noodles on the floor that's never mopped. And what does he do? He looks at it, he picks it up, he puts it in, he rotates it around, puts it out, and we're watching these people eat it.
You want free sample?
Yeah, free samples. The only time you could eat at Yum Yum Kitchen is the day the Board of Health was there to inspect. Because the food was freshly cooked. It was so good.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
But the second they leave, like, they'll take chicken and meat out that's been in there for like 2 months and just cook it up and serve it. Like, oh, yeah, fresh.
Well, we'll add enough MSG that it'll kill their liver anyway, so it'll be fine.
We got your picture. Oh, prank calling. Oh, my God. Back in those days, I miss things like the Jerky Boys and all that.
Yeah. Hey, jerky. Yeah, you know.
The fucking Mexicans are up there slapping each other with the hot mops. My fucking wife went poking around up there. I fired her ass right down the fucking car.
Too. Yeah, fired her ass right off the fucking roof. Yeah. Hey,
Maybe
sizzle
that
chest.
does have, my uncle just popped in. He was like, "Is that why you sleep all day and you play Warzone at 3 a.m. because you have PTSD from spiders?" I was like, you might have something there.
Hey, Frank Rizzo.
R-I-Z-Z-O. Yes, I'm the Egyptian magician. Oh my God! Yeah,
the
such
good
some. And
old
then they had
days.
the fucking party lines
Oh yeah.
before this online
dude.
dating thing. I remember fucking
party line.
me and my friend Andrew. We would get on that all the time. We would fuck with people so much, and this was before like gay was something like, oh my God, gay people. No. We would go on there as like a couple and like, hi guys, and we're looking for some fun. I miss those days so much, so much.
And when it wasn't accepted to be gay or whatever. Yeah.
Hey,
back in
yeah.
the day.
You know what else I miss? Is
888-697-TALK. Yeah, I've dialed that one a few times.
I miss having a pager. And I used to have a pager, and I had my own 800 number, so you could call and leave me a voicemail, and I could call my 800 number, listen to it, and be like, "Oh, okay. Do I want to call you back? Nah, you suck. Like, see you later, sucker."
My Motorola Digits was my first pager. It was blue. It took the casing off and put the LEDs in it, so it'd like light up and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, the next, like when parents come into the store and like they get their kids like a flip phone, and I see the disappointment in their faces, and I'm like, dude, flip phones were the shit.
They were the shit. Yeah, dude. You had 1,500 minutes, unlimited talk on the nights and weekends after 9 o'clock.
Yeah,
But
and
you could
do
pay.
7 to 7.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could pay the $5 extra to do 7.
I got 7 minutes left. Call me at 9. Click.
Yep. Yep.
But now
Or
you
when
Before text messaging.
they had. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh,
my
yeah.
bad.
Before
This is the
text
way.
messaging, Go ahead, Joe.
Used to pop
you
the
could.
case off my fucking my Nextel flips, put the clear cases on, get the LED keypads. Like we used to deck those sons of bitches out. You can't do shit. They all look the same. They all look the same. They're fuck. Oh, I turned the flashlight on.
The only place you can do stuff like that is you can. China is crazy with that stuff. You
Yeah.
can put in custom etched backs with LED like panels in the back, and
Yep.
you can do all kinds of stuff still like that. But you got to know how to either modify phones or you got to be in China so somebody at a shop can do it for you.
Yep.
It'll cost you like $15.
Yeah, I saw some of that online, and some of that stuff actually looks pretty fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
There was a guy who built his own iPhone out of scrap parts.
Of course, I still do like my Motorola Z
With the mods.
with the mods on the back. I love that. Love my projector. Love my speaker.
Oh yeah.
I still have mine plugged in up on my shelf over there because I use it pretty much exclusively as an audio device now. And that goes in the bathroom with me when I'm getting ready. Take a shower, fucking crank some tunes.
Oh yeah, slide phone with keyboard.
The fucking and I hear through the grapevine that T-Mobile is thinking about making a new Sidekick.
I'll buy it. Don't care. I'll buy it. The Sidekick was a
Yeah.
badass phone, man.
Well, with the Sidekick today, you could have the touch screen and you just flip it and have a
it's still have
physical fucking keyboard.
keyboard,
I think
yeah.
that's badass, and I think that would sell.
I always
See,
loved the
where-
physical keyboard.
Yeah, and BlackBerry attempted to bring back, the keyboard phone and everything. It's just they did it. The delivery was bad.
Yeah, and they
Right.
didn't do it
As
during
they-
the big nostalgia hit like we're having now with the Razr coming back and all this old shit. If they re-released the
But if
BlackBerry
you-
now, it would be
You
different.
release a big phone that has a slide screen and that's got a keyboard. There's people that'll buy it, especially in our generation.
Yeah.
People will buy it just for the nostalgia. They might
Yep.
hate it after a while, but they're still gonna buy it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I,
yeah.
I think they would buy it, especially if it flipped open, like
Yeah.
with the keyboard, and then had the touch screen right there where you could just kind of touch and then
For sure.
text. Just
I-
like the Sidekick.
The Sidekick
I
still
realize
is one of the
having an
coolest
outline for a
phones.
show doesn't help if I don't have it.
Well, we're
Derail
still
everything.
on the topic.
We're
Like we
still
are talking
generational.
generational differences here. We're talking about the fucking T-Mobile Sidekick. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a
Remember,
general.
10, 220 or freaking 10, 10, 321.
Oh my god! In fucking
man.
elementary, middle school, when I used to go to basketball games, need to get a ride home. Call collect. Hey, record your name. Hi, mom. I'm here. And then you ride home right now. Click.
Yeah. And baby, it's a
Or
boy.
the old 1-800-COLLECT commercial or the old 10-10-220 commercial. I
Yep.
think it was, or something like that. Where it's like he was trying to tell his mom that they had a kid and
Yeah.
it was a boy. He was like,
Yeah.
"Atta baby eats a boy."
And baby, it's a boy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that we used to do that. You don't see payphones anywhere anymore.
No, only outside of certain supermarkets and like Stop and Shop.
Yeah, and even those, they're all being removed.
And some kid has probably violated it somehow. You're probably not safe to touch it.
Most
Oh,
likely.
Carrot Top.
Oh, some of the pranks we used to do, like when I used to go camping and shit, we'd take the payphones at the campground, we'd take like the receiver
Put it
off.
and pull out the piece.
We'd pull that out, or we'd fuck with the wire, so when someone talked in there, it put out this loud screeching sound that made you go fucking deaf. Put tape, like take the bottom off, put tape over the microphone, so they're pumping quarters into this machine. Going, can you hear me now? Hello?
You know what I used to do is we used to remove the earpiece, and I had a key to the coin slot, so people would be dumping money in, and like we just loosen, like either take it out or loosen one of the wires, so you kind of hear something, right? Or you think you hear something, and you just keep pumping quarters in because everybody used payphones to call long distance because it was cheaper than calling from your home phone.
Yep.
And like I'd wait for them to leave. I'd walk over, use my key, pull out the fucking box, take all the coins out, and put the box back in. Dude, I made so much money doing that.
There are still people in jail today for fucking robbing payphones.
Uh-huh.
Like that was a huge, like 10, 15 years for fucking ripping off payphones.
Yep.
It's amazing. Oh
Dude,
my
I
god!
remember there was a code you could type in, and you'd have to put in the last or the number of the payphone you were at, because all of them had the number.
The number, yeah,
right
right.
underneath the hang up thing, and so you could type this code in and then hang the phone up, and it'll start ringing. So I would hang it up and just walk away and watch people as they were trying to
Hello, yeah.
who is this? And then they'd hang it up again. And if they hung it up quick enough, it would keep doing it. You know,
There
it was a test feature for the techs who were installing them to make sure they worked.
Yep.
In 1997. Yes, I said 1997. I think you were just born then.
I was born in '87.
No. Radio Shack used to sell an electronic Rolodex, and I actually think I still have the Rolodex somewhere.
You probably do.
And you could actually dial a phone number on the Rolodex and hit call, and if you took the handset and the Rolodex and put it up to the microphone portion of the payphone, it would actually dial the tones as if you had put money into the phone. A year later, it was taken off the shelf. And like, dude, I made so many long distance phone calls on that thing.
Little hacks.
Yeah.
Ask most kids today what a payphone looks like. They can't tell you.
Right?
Or when you used to be able to buy a test set, or what they called them as a butt set, because it was an orange phone with alligator clips on the end of it for the text. They called it a butt set because it would hang off your belt by your butt.
Mm-hmm.
But you could take one of those and tap into any phone line and use it
like nothing.
Whatever. I mean, they were super money, and if you got caught with them using them wrong, again, jail time was huge. Mm-hmm. But I was in telecom back then, and I had one of my own, so I could just I need to make a call. Okay, well, clip.
You just reminded me of the coolest shit. The coolest shit I used to do with my dad, and there's not many of these stories with me and my father, but he had the scanner in his car because he was a fireman. So when his pager didn't work, he could if he was out of town, he could still hear the call because the scanner got a bit bigger range. But when the cordless phones were a big thing in the houses, we used to pull up the houses, and my dad would fuck with the frequencies, and you could actually hear phone calls.
2.4.
Yeah. It was
900 megahertz. It was.
No. It was
900 megahertz back in the day.
No, it wasn't 900. It was before the 900. It was a regular cordless, because 900 megahertz originally was used in Vietnam. That's why it was 900 megahertz.
I meant for police scanners and shit.
Yeah.
DSS, 900 megahertz DSS, digital spread spectrum. It was originally used in Vietnam, so when the frequency was interrupted, it would automatically auto hop. So it was the regular cordless phones that you could pick up on the scanners before the 900
900.
megahertz.
It was so cool,
And then-
though. Oh my god, we
And
used
then it was 2 point.
Yeah,
Then it was
2.4.
2.4, and then
and-
it was 5.8.
Yeah.
But I remember when the wireless routers were first becoming a thing, and everybody had 2.4 freaking megahertz phones, or gigahertz actually at
Gigahertz,
that time, and they all
Yeah, and baby monitors
they would
too.
yeah
Yep.
yeah, baby monitors especially.
Big time.
As soon as you get online, the moment you freaking make a noise over that baby monitor, cut your internet out. You know, like, as it's trying to transmit sound.
CB radios. That was another fun
Oh, yeah.
thing too, especially like in my camping days. We'd sit there with the fucking radios and we'd screw with like the maintenance people at the campground.
Yeah, Trailer 42.
But no, that the
Eight
phone
track
thing,
is-
like I worked. My parents had the pony rides and the petting zoo, so I would work at a young age and get money. I saved up for a straight year to get a handheld portable fucking scanner, just so me and my friend Andrew could ride our bikes and go listen to people's conversations in their house. There was this one house, I want to say it was on like Eastview Avenue in Somerset. And around 2:30 when we got out of school, we'd go over there, and the dude would always be on a fucking phone sex line. Oh my god! If I had some of the technology we had now, like the cameras that can fit in your pockets and shit,
Oh my god.
the things I would have recorded.
Oh my god. Yeah.
The kids
Or,
today
dude, and
don't
then-
know any of this fun
Just-
shit.
You just reminded me when you said phone sex line, the scrambled channels on cable.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was a
yeah,
tit.
yeah.
That was a tit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Skinemax.
What are you
Skinemax.
watching? Nothing. The TV's not coming in right.
Yeah. The audio was always fine, but the picture wasn't.
I was telling Natalie, I think it was last year or the year before. We were talking about TVs, and my sister said, "Mom, you remember that TV you had? You had to occasionally the screen would freak out, and you'd have to punch the side of it like
Yep.
3 times to get the picture to stay still." Natalie's like, "How do you punch a TV on the side? Because our TVs are this fucking
this
thin."
thick, yeah.
Like, no, Natalie, the
the
TVs
TVs
were
were-
huge.
yeah.
It was like the size of a giant box. Oh my god.
My last TV before the 2 TVs ago, maybe 5 TVs ago, I don't know. I still had one of those Sony Wega freaking, 55 inches that weighed 500 pounds with a true flat freaking.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that sucked.
Yeah, I remember when MTV came out
Yep.
too. It was actually, a lot of people think it was actually a cable TV channel originally, but it was actually free live on air originally.
And it played music.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
maybe 6 months to a year, it became cable.
TV cable.
His porn
Right.
downloaded on LimeWire.
It's the speed of dial up.
The first song I ever downloaded off the internet was "In the Air Tonight" by Phil Collins on a 56K modem. It took me 3 days to get that fucking
Dude.
song.
The Eminem show took us almost a week
Yep.
to download that thing. And it took 2 discs to rip it to.
Right?
Like,
Yep.
yeah, I remember that shit. Oh my god. And that was when Metallica screwed it up for us all on
Yeah.
what was that?
Frostwire? Was it,
Yeah, or,
was it Frostwire?
no, it was before LimeWire. It was
Napster.
No,
Napster. That's what it
yeah.
was. And then Napster became a paid thing.
Yep. Oh yeah, when TVs went off at
LimeWire,
midnight.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
should have just called it Lime Virus. But
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, I went fucking LimeWire, man. I went through a computer a year on that bitch.
and then Bear Share. Remember that one?
Yep.
Yep.
That was a little newer, but
I remember. Oh my God! This topic brings me back now. So I spent a lot of time in Jellystone and Sturbridge. We were seasonal there, so I spent my summers there, the weekends there. I basically lived there. So my girlfriends that I had at a young age, I met all at the campground. I'll only see them at the campground. So I remember running home from school. I had to wait till my mother was off the phone with my grandmother, and my dad made this call so I could dial up on our fucking Windows. I think it was the Windows 98 machine was the first one I had
Oh, my.
AOL on. Had to dial in, get AOL
I
up.
remember the compact Presario.
Yeah, it was a compact Presario too. I got it at Radio Shack.
Yeah.
Sit there all night fucking
Candy.
talking on AIM.
Yeah. AIM, dude. Oh my god, I was gonna say that when you were talking about the chat lines and stuff. I was like, remember just going into a group chat on AIM, dude?
Yep.
or just looking forward to spending the entire night talking to random people on AIM.
Yep.
Yep.
Talk City. The first before like
Kazaa.
Facebook and
I forgot about
Kazaa. Oh my
dude,
God, I
Kazaa
forgot
was
about
the
that.
Shizzit, dude.
now back in the
Yeah.
dial-up days, the first like actual social media site was called Talk City, and it was nothing but like text message chats and the very beginnings of video chats when we had really shitty webcams, like the big round ones and the giant triangles. You said fucking
they
put a
always had this
tripod
weird
up.
pivot cup they mounted in.
Yep. Playing ping pong on PC. First PC game I ever played. Oh my God, what was it? I want to say it was Tomb Raider on Windows 95.
Oregon Trail.
Or going back to school days. Yeah, on the big
Oregon
8.5.
Trail, yep.
First video game I played online, or that I played on a computer, was at my grandfather's. He had an orange and black display. You know, the old ones that were just orange before green
Yep.
Yep.
or whatever. Yeah, I played Frogger when it was just lines and blurry hexagons or whatever.
Your frog was a square
Tank.
with little squares off the side.
Yeah, Bonnie. I remember Tank too.
Tank.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Oh,
yeah.
Spectra. Wasn't it called Spectra or something like that? It was the green line tank game.
Oh my God, I remember that game. Yes.
So
Spectre
speaking
or
of
something like that.
speaking of Atari, like who remembers Missile Command? The original Missile Command.
Missile Command.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's 3 games on Atari that I specifically remember. And the first one is Defender because it was the first game I ever flipped. And for people out there who don't know what flipping means, that means you get up to 999,000 points and then it goes back to 0.
Yep.
Then there was Asteroids.
Oh, asteroids.
Then there was
Yeah.
Missile Command.
Pinball.
And then the 4th game I ever flipped was
Pong.
Joust. And that is a hard game to flip.
Crispy's
So-
first game was Command. First
Command and Conquer?
Yep.
Really? Fucking PlayStation? Oh, yeah, well, you are 13 years younger than me.
Yep.
yeah.
That
Dude,
Ginny said she'd
Wolfenstein
rather play
and
pinball.
Doom.
I remember the
Yep.
arcade days too. Oh my God, I miss those days.
Megan, I played Duck Hunt before Nintendo was released.
What
my-
console was it on first?
Nintendo. My uncle was a beta tester.
So it was only on. I thought it was on something else before it was Nintendo.
Nope. It was
Okay.
it was
Oh.
Nintendo.
My friend's dad was a screener for a freaking video company, for like, Hollywood videos and stuff like that. And so he had to have a special closet in his house that he had like all kinds of like locks and security features on this room, but he wasn't supposed to. But he had one of those,
yes,
one of the VCR decks that would interrupt the magnetic block on it or whatever. Remember, they would use magnets or whatever for normal VCRs.
Yep.
It would come up all scrambled.
Yeah, so you couldn't
If you,
record and shit. And,
Yeah, but he had one of the decks to be able to view it back, and he would just keep ripping us he would just keep freaking copying VHS tapes for us.
Oh, on the note of TV too, like we're spoiled with streaming media. This generation's spoiled with streaming media. Brian, you had one. I had one. The black box.
Yeah.
Cable fucking black box.
dude,
Dude, I know
Oh.
somebody who has one for freaking satellite. He has 4 satellites on his roof.
No shit.
you
yeah,
don't
dude.
you guys don't even know the troubles of growing up with cable. Like
We had to
seri-
get up off the
no,
couch and change it on the cable box itself.
yeah, originally yes, but then we got like highfalutin, all right, and we had like a 25-foot cable that went from our TV to the couch, and we had plenty of room to move around, and there was 3 lines of channels, and you flick the switch up and down to go. If you want to go to channel 2, you flip it all the way up, and you move the switch over, all right, and like you can go up to like channel 22. Then you flip it down, you go to 23 through 50, and then so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And there was 3 lines, and like we had all these channels, and it was great. And the only reason it was great is because I was no longer the remote control. Like before cable, my mom used to kick me in the back and say, "Hey, go put it on channel 22," and that was like actually like live broadcasting. And then like, oh, it's not coming in. Okay, move the antenna. And so I had to go like this and like everything, and I had to actually turn a dial. Not like today where the kids just go, "Where's the power button?" Like,
Most TVs don't even have a power button
right,
anymore.
Yeah, so the kids today don't even know the fucking struggle. Nobody. Like,
I had one of those rotary antennas on the roof of my house, dude. It was like 16 feet tall because I lived in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
We got 3 channels. Sometimes I could get stuff from Canada.
Yeah, we had the antenna on the roof, and then my mom had her CB antenna on the roof, and she ran a linear and all this other stuff, so she could like talk to like fucking Rhode Island from Holyoke.
Yeah.
Like, and so
Ham radios.
No, she wasn't even ham. She was just running 1,000-watt linear. Like,
Man.
yeah. So she would run skip on like 7 different channels, and eventually somebody contacted her, and she had to remove it. So once she put her power mic in and the regular antenna, speaking of CBs again, of course, she could talk to Connecticut instead of Rhode Island in Vermont.
I remember when I worked in Radio Shack in Lenox, Mass. They still had like 13-foot whips and rotary antennas and stuff that weren't even in inventory because of how poorly those stores were run.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I had every version of Robo Sapien upstairs. You know?
Yeah, Ginny says kids didn't have TVs in the bedroom. Nope. We had epic. I remember going through stores wanting a big ass boom box, like speakers mattered, like all. Oh my god,
dude, you're talking about going for a boombox. Like, we had I think it was a 17-inch black and white TV. That's what I grew up with originally. I got my first boombox in 1986. My first boombox. I was the shit, dude, man. We were breakdancing out on the fucking corner, like everything. And it's like, Run DMC time, Beastie Boys time. Like, that was the time. And like...
Yeah.
It was analog. It was analog, man. It wasn't even fucking stereo. It was like
mono.
Yeah, it was like.
Oh man!
I remember when I got the hand-me-down from like my uncle's boombox, and I remember it was so crazy. I had the EQ on the front, and then the speakers detached from the sides, and they had wires so you'd hang them up and fucking.
The stereos when you go into people's houses, it's a whole fucking entertainment center just for your sound equipment.
Yep.
I remember. We lived in the woods too when we lived in Rehoboth, but we had a small TV forever. And I remember the day my parents came home with a 27-inch color TV. I thought that thing was massive. We were all in the living room watching this.
In front of me right now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, if you gave me a 27-inch TV for my living room now, I'd be like, what the fuck is this? I have a 200-inch screen behind me projecting on the wall. Oh my God, yeah. Natalie and her generation will never know.
Never know the struggle.
No, the first color TV I remember growing up with, because, like, I don't know, I was born in the 80s, so it was still furniture. Like, it still was,
it was the big
furniture,
like,
carved.
Yep.
Yeah, the big box on the floor. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, we needed like 6 people to
move it. Yeah.
And then my grandmother had one of those pieces. My mother's mother had one of those very ornate freaking radios with the freaking record player built into the top.
Oh yeah.
You'd have to lift the wooden lid and then freaking.
Oh yeah, those things were like fucking 400 pounds, man.
Yeah, dude, we had it, dude, all the way. She still had it when I was in high school. Like, she would listen to it until my uncles finally upgraded her. But
I played. Speaking of the old TVs, up until the time I was probably, I don't know, about 20, I still played all of my Xbox games when I first got my original Xbox on one of those TVs. Because those TVs actually still had the RCA jacks in the back, at least some of the later models.
Yeah.
And like, dude, those things lasted forever, man. Because I remember my mom got one of those, and like it was huge, and I was just like, oh my God, look at this, and the sound that's coming out of this, and it's in color. Like, 'cause when I watched Night of the Living Dead for the first time, I was 7 years old. And this is where my whole zombie fascination thing comes from, because my brother, Zane, he was like, hey, yeah, you got to watch this. And it really freaked me out because it was all in black and white. And like you could see all the gore and all that other stuff. But then I watched it in color, and it freaked me out even more because of the and it was on that. It was on one of those big ass fucking floor TVs.
See, at Graham's house, and you guys just, I forgot about this till this very second. So, for the longest time in her living room, she had what I would call now like the hutch without the top on it, and I thought it was just like a storage hutch with drawers and shit for years. So one day we surprised her and we go over there and the whole top of it is up and it's got a fucking record player in it. The door's open. There were speakers in it. I was like, that thing's a fucking radio? She goes, yeah, this thing's older than your mother and your aunt combined. I had no idea it was a fucking radio the size of my desk here, and this desk is huge. And I had no idea.
My grandmother, you just reminded me. My grandmother's still got a Grundig radio from Germany. It's in German, like from the 50s, dude, or like the early 60s or something. Like it you know, like the Grundigs we used to sell at Radio Shack.
Yeah.
All the fucking sliders and shit. Yeah, this thing's ancient. She still uses it today, and it sounds amazing.
That's awesome.
I still have my Grundig portable.
Yeah. Remember Grundig when they got into the emergency flashlight radios and stuff?
Yep.
Crank it.
Mine doesn't have the crank on it, but it is a portable with batteries.
Movie
My
theaters
grandmother had
with balconies.
One of those Sony portable TVs, the little fucking. When we were waiting for doctors' offices and shit, she'd be watching her soap operas in the car
with the big fucking antenna.
Yeah, my grandfather had one of those. Yeah, he used to carry it around in his shirt pocket, like a little 4-inch screen and like.
Yeah, that's another thing that brings you like generational differences right there too. When it comes to movie theaters, Ginny said it there too. Movie theaters with the balconies, young people go there to make out. You go on dates there. You don't see any of that anymore. And Blockbuster, Hollywood Video.
Yep.
Oh my God.
I was meaning to get into that too. You know what I really miss? Spending a weekend bringing like $30 with you and just playing the console at the video store.
Yep.
With your buddies, because we would ride our bikes to town, which was like a 10-mile ride. But so we would pack up for the day, and after we were done there, we would go, to the bike shop, and we'd go, try to see what we wanted to, upgrade our bikes with, and then we would go to like Radio Shack and hang out with our older friends who were working, and then we would play with all the RC cars because back then Radio Shack was cool and
had demo models.
Was playing with toys.
Yep, demo.
Oh my God.
I remember when they stopped letting us do that because we had one of those ones that took the giant cell batteries that would do like 60 in a parking lot, and somebody freaking hit a curb and launched it into a car.
Yeah.
Playing Super Nintendo in Sears' our parents' shop. I've done that before too, Megan.
Yep. Do you remember? I don't remember if it was Sears or Penny's or one of those in Holyoke where they had the freaking Ronald McDonald freaking cartoon show playing in the kids section.
That was Sears.
Like, I don't remember.
Sears.
It
wasn't JCPenney. That was Sears.
Like, what?
Yeah. Like even my brother, I saw him on rollerblades not that long ago. And I thought back, like, before I had the gaming consoles and all this fun shit, like, we used to rollerblade behind the laundromat in Somerset, ride our bikes places. You don't see anyone doing this shit anymore. Yeah. And it shows in the level of, like, social interactions that we have and how we deal with each other. Like, it's a completely different fucking world.
Yeah, like when we had a soccer game or something on the weekend and my mom had to work, she would drop us off like 6 hours early. We'd ride our bikes around the school, build jumps and shit in the woods.
Yep. Oh man, yeah. These kids today, just, oh my God.
Like the invention of smartphones and other things like that have kind of destroyed social interaction.
Yeah.
Even though you're socially interacting with people electronically,
it's not the same.
It's not the same. Like, get your fucking hands dirty.
The original point.
You're supposed to slam doors in people's faces. You can't hold them for them anymore.
Right.
The original point of social media was to connect like people from long distances.
Yeah, and it wasn't just anybody.
Or college.
For the most part, it was like, old friends and family. That's what it was really
I'm not
meant
drinking
for.
yogurt. I'm just ghetto as fuck.
I was waiting for him to pull it up this whole time. Because he was saying that before the show. He's like, everyone's going to think I'm drinking yogurt.
You want to know how ghetto I can be, dude? Wonton soup, bro. It's water.
Oh yeah, roller skating, like going to Interstate and all that.
Dude, yeah, remember USA Skate
Yep,
in Chicopee?
Yep,
Dude? Like
USA
fucking-
Skate. Well,
with the
I had
all-
one in fucking Rhode Island is the one because
Yeah.
I was there at that time. But
it's
same
fucking
place.
The all-night skate,
91?
the Interstate 91, yeah, with the all-night skates for like schools and stuff like that. And you could just go and hang out all night and
Back when we used to
Get
like
laser
go
tag
bowling and
we wouldn't
shit
get
too.
Ebola.
yeah.
I remember kids' night at bowling. They put all the lights up, the black lights, fucking music up there.
Yeah.
No parents in there. They just drop you off and go have fun. We'll pick you up at 11.
Yeah, it's like
Me and Crispy were actually talking about
laser
this the other day in
tag,
the
laser
arcades when they
tag.
released Silent Scope.
Yeah.
Where you had the actual rifle you would put your face up to. That 7 million other people have done that previously that are coughing and sneezing and barfing all over, and we never got Ebola.
Nope.
Yeah, right.
Nope. And it's the same like this coronavirus. This whole thing's bullshit. For example, so Auntie Michelle, you'll appreciate this story. This is kind of cool. So Auntie Trish calls Graham just to have a chat, and she was telling my grandmother about her two friends that went to go get a corona test because they wanted to know if they had it or have it. So the line was so long, your name got put on a list, and they call you. But 4 hours in, her two friends left and said, fuck it, we'll do it on a different day. That was a month, 2 months ago. They got a letter 2 days ago stating that they tested positive for COVID-19. They never
Yep.
took the
Oh, yeah.
test. But this mask thing and everything we're doing is delaying this. Like, we've been through this before. The only way we're going to get over this is like herd immunity. We all have to get it. That's the way this works. It has to run its course. The longer we do this shit, the longer it's going to be here. And I think I truly believe at this point, it's some power somewhere is trying to seize control over the whole fucking world.
Democrats.
But as Joe said right there,
No,
we
and
had
like-
shit on our faces and we touched things and we've been places and did stuff. Millions of people touched this shit. We never fucking died of.
Never.
Not only that, dude, I was, dude, what was it, 10 years ago? I was walking around town, you know, I started getting a cold. I got this dry cough for like 2 weeks. And then all of a sudden, one day when I was supposed to go DJ karaoke with my friends, I started catching a fever. I still had a dry cough. I wasn't like mucousy or anything, not to be gross. And I had no respiratory symptoms other than this dry cough. Well, I get to the bar and stuff, and around 10 o'clock, I asked my friend to bring me home because I started feeling like shit. Well, then 5 hours later, I was starting to have a hard time breathing. I was developing respiratory issues.
Yep.
And so I called my parents at 5 o'clock in the morning. Of course, they're freaking out. I was thinking I'm dying, which I kind of was technically. But so they brought me to the hospital, and I had a little spot of pneumonia. And just to explain how Massachusetts used to be back in the day, they gave me antibiotics and a script of Vicodin pills.
Oh yeah, Vikings.
Yeah, a whole shit ton of Vicodin because Vicodin suppresses, is a cough suppressant as well.
Yeah.
So I went home. I took the antibiotics they gave me. I didn't react well with the antibiotics. They made me barf. So I just stopped taking them. My mom got me new ones and this whole ordeal. So long story short, 8 hours later, I started having even harder time breathing. They went and did another chest x-ray and I had a double whiteout. Like my lungs were fully inflamed. And what was starting to happen was all the little airways inside your lungs, they all swelled shut.
The villi.
And so later that day, it got to the point where I was on a mask with 100% oxygen and I was ripping it off because it wasn't helping. Like my lungs just were not processing oxygen. And so it got to the point where they're like, we can keep doing this for another night or and see how you do, or we can put you on a ventilator. And I was like, will I be able to breathe on this ventilator? And he was like, yeah, you'll be able to breathe, but you'll have to be, intubated. You'll have to be knocked out. I was like, okay, that sounds good. And my mom's trying to convince me otherwise. I grabbed the doctor by the shirt because at this time, my oxygen levels were so low, I was getting tunnel vision and everything was getting crazy. I was getting irate. Everything was nuts. And so I grabbed the doctor by his fucking scrubs and I pulled him into my face. I was like, you do that fucking ventilator now. I was like, I'm going to die. Do it. And okay, so long story short, I ended up spending a month on a ventilator and they still have no idea why. It wasn't COVID-19. It wasn't swine flu. They tested me for everything. They sent my test results all over the country. They still have no idea what happened. I almost died. I was intubated from a fucking cold. It can happen to anybody.
Yep.
It doesn't need to, it just has to be a situation with your immune system.
Yeah.
And I lived through it. And like I said, I still have no idea what I had. They wanted to do spinal taps and shit on me. After the second attempt, I said, fuck no.
Now we need to just let this thing run its course.
You know
it
what?
sucks that people have gotten sick. They have died. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
God only knows, but all these stories of people that are being diagnosed with corona before they okay. And another thing that was happening, if somebody passed away from medical causes that had nothing to do with corona because they didn't take the test, they classified them as corona.
So they get funding. It's so they get funding.
Yeah.
And that's what it is.
And it's crazy, and I hope we don't get freaking shut off right around now because I said
My favorite still is the news story. 2 people die in Corona meth lab explosion.
Two men pronounced dead at scene of meth lab explosion from
Corona. Yeah.
I think it was the
Wasn't the explosion who killed you?
Yeah, it was the corona. Yeah. Yeah, the explosion just weakened your immune system.
You can see
Got that virus in there.
you can see too the difference generationally with this virus as an example. The younger generation is freaking the fuck out, and they're all for this. Oh my God, we're all gonna die. And then, like us,
too, seeing as their parents were probably anti-vaxxers.
but then you look at us like, come on, just let this run its course so we can move on. And generations before us, the same thing. My grandmother's almost 80 years old. She doesn't want to fucking wear a mask. She's like, are you fucking serious? She goes, you know the shit I've lived through? You know the shit I've had and the things we've been through? You want me to put a fucking mask on for a virus that's no worse than a common cold?
Well, it's like Megan was
She
saying.
like, are you kidding me? I used to eat freaking asbestos spaghetti. Get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, she used to scrape tin off the fucking side of the tin can before she ate the food. Like, I mean, but like Megan was saying, we all lived through chicken pox parties.
Yep.
And like, you know, just let everybody get it.
Yep.
You know, I am now in the age where it is really affecting people. I'm in that age range now with the new numbers coming out. You know what? Give it to me. Give it to me. I got the constitution of a fucking vending machine. Fucking bring it. Bring it. If it kills me, then you need to fucking worry because I've been through a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, I'm kind of from the old school mindset. You know, I had quite a big religious influence in the background, you know, growing up and stuff. And it's not necessarily one I'm trying to force on others or saying that I, you know, wholeheartedly believe in things. But, you know, ultimately, if it's my time to go, well, fuck, I don't have a choice in that. It's my time to go.
Yeah.
And, you know, well.
And we're not denying people have died from
the rest
this.
of your life worrying about dying, or you can just enjoy the time you have.
Right.
This is a fact of life. And people, and I know people who've died from it. Sarah knows people who have died from it. We have people in the family that have.
I had a friend who died from it because she was a severe asthmatic,
Yes.
but she was an athlete too. She was a black belt in karate. She was a gymnast and all this other stuff, but she always struggled because she had bad asthma. But it was under control for the most part. But she was a manager at Stop and Shop, so she had to wear a mask.
Yeah.
Right.
She started having an asthma attack one day with this mask on, and it hit her so badly that she couldn't get to her an inhaler. And by the time anybody was able to bring her medical help, like she was brain dead. She ended up, you know, I don't know what happened from there, but she's no longer with us.
It's the same with anything, guys. Like, people are going to die from it. People die from things every single day. There's no avoiding that. But right now we are doing more damage with what we're doing than the virus is
causing
doing.
mental damage, dude.
Yes.
People are freaking scared out of their minds, you know, dude.
Democrats.
Like, it's nuts, dude. Even me, I've gone through stuff mentally, just being stuck in the house, not, you know, like starting to go a little loco. You know?
Yeah, dude.
Get me out of this fucking place.
I took a job that I thought was going to be shit.
Just because that's all there was.
Just like literally, I thought it was going to be shit. And it's actually turned out to be semi-beneficial. And, like, I just wanted to get out of the fucking house. Like, I couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I'm somewhat introverted, mostly extroverted, but, like, I do enjoy staying home and doing stuff. And
Yeah, there's times.
right. But not for, like, fucking 75 days.
Yeah.
Just...
Yeah, and another thing too, it's becoming more and more that they're uncovering these corrupt lab results. Like, The 15,000 cases that happened in Florida. First of all, they reported it like 15,000 people actually got test results back that day from that same day.
Yeah.
But those were from up to months ago.
Yep.
Right.
And then the governor, forced to look into it. Now, a huge number of those are just fucking bullshit results. Not to be a freaking, tinfoil hat guy or anything, but we know somebody. I'm not going to blow them out of the water or anything or put them on the spot, but I have somebody who I know runs a business locally here, and his brother happens to be he's testing for corona, and he was getting and his wife as well, and they were getting such a high positive result back, but they were always testing negative, like when they did the test themselves and stuff. But all these people were coming back negative or positive, and then so eventually they're like, fuck this something's not adding up, so they sent 10 swabs away that hadn't been tested. Still, like they unpacked them and put them back. They made it look like they had been taken out and stuff. Sent them back. All 10 of them came back positive.
It's funding.
And I mean, he I don't know what he wants to do with it. I don't know. And this was quite a while ago. They're just kind of sitting on it. Like, I think it's more peace of mind than anything. But I'll tell you who it is off the air, and you can go talk to him about it. And
I think I know who you're talking about, because I think we had this discussion before.
Yep.
But no, it's all stupid.
There is, and I want to be clear about something before we switch over, because I know I've been kind of hogging this, and I'm sorry. But
no, you're good. You're good.
I want to be very clear that I'm not saying that I don't think there's some sort of COVID-19 virus that affects people in certain circumstances extremely rough, and there's been mass casualties because whatever. That's okay. But it doesn't mean the vast majority of us are going to have those. It's the media inflating it. And I posted a video on my Facebook a while back of a lady proving that very such thing. In your free time, if you want to, type in a random number and you say new cases.
Yep, we all watched that.
That random number in what state of these random amount of people that have been positively tested for corona.
Yeah, you sent it to me. Jenny sent it to me. Sarah and I watched it. A lot. That video's gone around a lot.
I did it.
Yeah, I did it too.
Oh, we did it in the room too.
Yeah.
The test of 40% of results are false positives. Correct, they are. Actually, I think it's more than that now. Fortunately, here in Florida, we have a governor that's
0.5%.
What?
Didn't they say it was 1.5% death toll rate or some shit like that?
Yeah, we have a high case rating here in Florida, which is bullshit, but we have the lowest death rate. When the death rate started going below 1% of the population, they stopped reporting on the death rate, and now they're focusing on the cases.
Yeah, the positive tested.
Up until like a month or two ago, dude, in our county here, we only had 400 positive cases and only 298 died.
Yep. So going back on a different topic, Megan put it up there. Jinko jeans.
Yep, right.
Dude, you can still buy them.
Yep.
They're ridiculously expensive, but you can still buy them.
Yep. Oh, there's a throwback right there.
Music bands too. Holy shit.
They're like $130 a pair, but you can still get them.
I think we all had a pair or two.
Oh, yeah.
But no, for the younger generation, if you do stumble across this video, you gotta reevaluate some of your viewpoints here. Don't be brainwashed. Don't be brainwashed by the media. The facts are there if you look for them. Yep. And you can tell they're reliable sources. Like, people are clinging on the CDC guidelines. The CDC guidelines clearly state that masks don't do shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yet we want to send our kids to school with masks on our face and plexiglass borders between the desks.
Well, masks don't do anything to stop the spread if you're affected. But masks are there mainly to contain your cough.
Stop you from spreading it to someone else.
That's the only thing that they're there for. So instead of going like 6 feet, it only goes like 2 feet.
Yeah, but if we just if we let this thing run its course like we have with all of its predecessors, this would have been done and over with like 2 months ago.
2 months ago.
Moon shoes. Fucking moon shoes.
Oh, my God.
I had moon shoes, too. And I remember this is going towards
I had moon boots.
End of middle school, going towards high school, the Heelys. I used to roll around with the fucking Heely shoes.
Remember Soaps before that?
Yep.
Soaps had that you could freaking, it was more toward inline skate, but you could grind rails and shit with your shoes.
Tech decks.
Tech decks.
Yep. There's
Oh
still
my
a thing
God.
among the skaters, but yeah, or the bikes, the finger bikes too, and snowboards and.
Remember when fucking yo-yos were a big thing too? We do the
I
tricks and
that's
shit.
so funny you say that. I was just thinking about it. I was like, man, I miss my freaking yo-yos.
Yeah,
Remember devil
pogo
sticks?
Yep.
Yo, devil
Yeah,
sticks.
devil
Oh
stick.
man, devil stick shit. Pogo sticks. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree, Jenny. I agree. Natalie's going, but Polk County is not restricting as bad as like your area is. Because I was looking at the stuff you sent me about like your area and what they're doing in schools compared to like Natalie's area. It's a big difference. Natalie has to wear a mask only when going from classroom to classroom, like when everyone's out in the hallway. Compromise wise, just to get her back in school, I'm okay with that. But in the classroom, when she's sitting down, they don't have to wear it. Like there's at least Polk County's working with everyone to come up with a compromise for it. But like up in your area, they are like going absolutely fucking insane with their
I
restrictions.
talked to people in Massachusetts that still believe
LA,
that it's some
you're-
sort of magical filter device that filters out viruses from the air.
I did a test in the store, and I did it with this. Like, oh yeah, the mask is going to stop the particles from spreading through. So I vaped through my mask, and I just stood there and I blew all of my vape straight out my mask. I was like, okay, so if the COVID virus is even smaller than the thickness of this cloud, how much corona do you think it just got if I got it?
Oh, and before people go say it, they've already said that it can't be transmitted through fucking vaping.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But the cloud alone, because the cloud's a lot thicker than the virus
yeah,
is,
no,
and it
you
still went
just
right through
couldn't
that mask.
Mm-hmm.
The only
Right.
real mask that
Or-
protects you is that N95 with the fucking filter cartridges and all the high end stuff. It's
And even then, like in all
Did you-
seriousness, if
did
somebody
you s-
coughs next to you, don't forget you got
I'm all right with
membranes in your
people-
eyes too that can absorb that virus. So now we're gonna have to wear goggles. Like your eye actually takes in a
Why don't
lot.
we just go full on ET suit?
Hell yeah, CDC baby, CDC.
You know, we'll just start wearing air packs and shit and wearing giant fucking nuclear radiation suits and fucking.
yep.
We'll look like freaking Gumby for the rest of our life.
I was thinking about actually buying like a fucking respirator mask that like the people that do insulation news, and they're just walking around with that on and just be like,
Sarah and I Sarah and I saw this today. We were driving past 7-Eleven, where CVS is, and this dude was walking. He had a straight up full face dinosaur mask on. It was the funniest shit I've ever seen. I was like, all right, now that guy I like. Because he's clearly wearing it to say, fuck you. If I'm going to wear a mask, I'm going full out dinosaur. Like,
Did you see the guy that said it's required for me to wear a mask? Nobody said anything else. He's running around with a Speedo and a mask.
yeah.
see,
Spaceballs helmet.
I pushed the limits because the original verbiage when we had to wear a mask is a mask had to be worn. It did not specify where. So I was wearing it on the top of my head like a yarmulke.
Dude, I did that same thing the other day, dude. My boss was laughing his ass off. I had the fucking thing over my head with it around my ears, and I walked into a fucking store where the thing said you have to have a mask on.
Do you know what the what happened to the signs when people were catching on and copying what I was doing? The signage changed that the mask has to be worn over your nose and mouth.
Yeah,
I was like, you
yeah.
motherfuckers. I went weeks wearing it on my head.
I still
And
don't.
she said the underwear thing, and it is funny, but your mask is the same as mine, and it came from the same place, and it does look like underwear either
Yep.
way. So it's easy.
When I go up and we go see Jenny, every time, like if I have that mask around, like on my dashboard or my steering wheel, wherever I keep it in the car, she's like, "Oh look, women's underwear."
Yeah. Well, look, someone had fun.
Oh my goodness!
Where's
You
Safe to sit.
I did see that one, Megan.
used to open it.
Yeah, she's sitting at like a receptionist desk, and she's got the flap open, and she like takes a drink, a little something to eat, and then she flips it down again. Yeah.
Oh, there was a guy going around this. I think it's on Facebook or YouTube. So it says masks have to be over your face and mouth. So you know the fencing masks, the clear mesh ones
Oh,
that have
yeah,
the screen?
yeah.
Yeah.
He walked up to Walmart with it, and they were getting up in his face. You need to wear a fucking mask. He goes, are you blind? And he's going like this. That's not a mask, sir. He goes, yes, it is. It's a fencing mask, and it says mask on it, and your sign says mask. I'm wearing a mask in your store, and I'm going in. The fucking dude is like following him, chesting him, trying to push him out of the store. Guess what? When the cops came, they let him go because he
Wearing a
followed the
mask.
rules. He was wearing a mask.
Yep. And believe it or not, those fencing masks, you can see through them, but the knitting is so tight that even if you were to have some spittle or something like
It's
that,
still gonna catch it.
It's going to catch most of it.
Yeah, it's kind of like these.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll just go to work tomorrow with with this fucking microphone sock over
We'll
my
just
nose
cut-
and mouth.
Cut the top off it and cut it down the side and stretch it across your mouth.
Oh yeah, no, this is getting out of hand. This is
It-
getting
it
way
is.
out of hand.
It is.
No, you know what you do? You use the fucking big pop filter and clip it to your shirt.
I
Big
have
round one.
it's sitting by my bed because I was trying to think of something to do with that. Oh yeah, like wow, I'm looking.
That's
See,
a shield.
the three of us back together. We're I was planning like an hour and a half. We're almost at the 2-hour marker. This has been a lot of fun, and thank you all who joined us, who subscribed to the podcast and are sharing it out. If you're joining us for the first time, we have the Just Let It Happen podcast. You can check out our new website. It's jlihpodcast.com. We have a merch store there. I am going to be adding more to it, and they are getting masks in again. They're back ordered. I am going to be making some cool Just Let It Happen masks, basically to give a fuck you to everyone who's required to wear a mask. Well, if you want to wear one and you want to have fun, we're going to have some
Hang
fun
on.
ones.
Hang on a second.
Oh, what's he pulling up? Oh, that video?
It's a different one.
Is it on YouTube?
Also,
Yeah.
yeah, it'd be a shameless plug, but check me out on Facebook, Killer Bathtub. I stream randomly now. It'll be more often, but I like to play some video games, have a fun laugh.
Oh, yeah.
We have a good old time over there.
Yeah, Sunday, Killer, I'm going to have to get on with you and play.
Yeah, I gotta start
Sure.
playing again too. The update on our house, like the kitchen's done. We're waiting for the check to come in so I can put the cabinets in. But the house project's done. KBT built us an awesome new machine here, so we no longer have streaming issues or audio issues or this crash and this doesn't work. We can't stream here. I fought YouTube again and won. Our channel is streaming on YouTube again. If you want to see everything that we have, our Twitter, all of that's on the website. It's all right there. Our video archive is there.
I just sent you a YouTube link on your messenger.
I got to put a link to KBT's show on the website too. So Brian wants us to take a look at a video here. So let me see if this thing still functions.
Hell yeah.
Yay!
It does.
Megan wants us to turn down the background music.
I got to see if
Oh, I can't even hear it.
yeah, we can
It's
hear it.
crazy.
All right, let me shut that off and let's see if this plays.
Hey, buddy. What's up, man? See anything you like?
What's this?
Seriously?
Generational.
Yep. They're changing the screen size.
I'm rocking to the beat. My pager on these Jankos, red lights blinking on my feet. So fly, everybody do the Carlton. Now pause system, boom, bumping, thumping. Wu-Tang, Outkast, Biggie Smalls, Beastie Boys, Pearl Jam mixtape. Turn it up, make some noise. Let's go back to the 90s. Word. AIM, I've got mail. Double dare, don't slime me. Ooga chaka chumba wumba, mutant turtles, cowabunga. Do the Macarena, keep away Lorena. A beanie baby, maybe worth $1 million later. Got my easy bake oven on the table, serving up pizza on a bagel. Take me back to the years I'm missing. All day, all night, French kissing. Oh, how you helped me grow. I never wanna let you go. Girl, you took my breath away. Got a whole lot more to say. What's another rhyme for A? I wish that we could stay in the 90s. In the 90s. In the 90s. In the 90s. Oh, yeah. Massimo shirt, no fear, rollerblades. Fresh. Gary Payton, too, Sean Kemp on fire in arcades. Huff and puff on my Super Nintendo. Patty mayonnaise, won't you tickle my Elmo? Super soaker blast, slip and slide, skip it. If the glove don't fit, you must quit. Let's go back to the 90s. Blockbuster, VHS, rewind. Winnie Cooper, agreeables. Have you met my Furby? Hey, honey's in the chat room. What's up, girl? Who loves orange soda? I do. Take me back to the years I'm missing. All day, all night, French kissing. Oh, how you helped me grow. I never wanna let you go. Girl, you took my breath away. Got a whole lot more to say. What's another rhyme for A?
I wish that we could stay in the 90s. In the 90s. In the 90s.
Rolling with my homie
Watch
Lunchables and
for pop-up on
bologna.
Facebook.
Chef Boyardee, canned cheese and macaroni. Don't have a cow, you the bomb, I'm psyched. Mighty Morphin power up and be like Mike. Big boss Bob Ross gives his tree a friend. Tanya Harding's coming, I'll never skate again. Trapper keep a scan, draw Lisa Frank Patch, cut your head off. Celebrity deathmatch.
Oh, shit.
That's my bedtime and I don't care.
Yes.
No more rules, mom, I'll go berserk. Blast my laughter and spike my hair. I hate homework.
90s, I salute your shorts. Beavis, Butthead, pillow forts. Does 90210 and Steve Urkel.
Take me back to the years I'm missing. All day, all night, French kissing. Oh, how you helped me grow. I never wanna let you go. Girl, you took my breath away. Got a whole lot more to say. What's another rhyme for A? I wish that we could stay in the 90s.
Okay. I love Facebook right now. So the owner of that video just got an alert that we are playing this song. So he just sent me an email just now. I
Really?
shit you not. I just got an email from the creator of that song. And he said he will allow the video to be played if we apply a link to the video put with his name. His name is Ben. I can't pronounce his last name. So I just allowed the link. Facebook, their algorithm is so fucking good. And KBT and I were talking about this because I had to sign up for a service to play the background music so we wouldn't get a copyright strike. So it alerted this guy that we played this video just now. He popped on the screen, sent me an email, sent me the link. It's an automated generated thing, and it just applied the link to the song to the description on this podcast. That is
Fucking A.
fucking social media for you right there. Ben, the song was great. I am
Loved
very
it.
happy to add the
Loved
link. If you like the podcast, take a look back. We'd appreciate a like, a subscribe, a share. Anything you do, absolutely, we'll play it. That was awesome. That was a big throwback. I'd never seen this before because YouTube would just say, fuck you, and kill our stream.
Yep.
Not you. You got the link. You listen. Thank you for letting us use your content, man.
Yeah,
that was the
That's
coolest
awesome,
thing.
too,
Thank you very much.
because I was like, when I was starting to see how long this video or that video was, I was like, yeah, they're going to notify you soon that if you don't start playing that, it's going to be taken down.
I kid you not. It's like
Oh, I believe you.
It's right there. He sent me a damn email right from Facebook. That is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, we're absolutely. You got the link, bro. Thank you so much for being cool about it. I appreciate it. Because this has been an awesome show, and I want it to be played. So we have to be very, 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 very careful of what we play on this. So if we find videos like that on Facebook or YouTube, finding out who did it and sending an email like that, that will go a long way. But that was awesome. That was awesome.
But also,
Makes me very happy.
attaboy to Facebook too. Usually, if you're playing something that you think is okay to play, they'll send you a warning first and say, "Hey, if you continue playing copyrighted stuff, we're gonna boot your stream."
Good night, Jenny.
Yeah, good night, Jenny. We're going to be winding it down in a minute, too. That was the coolest thing. How many times have we been booted for playing stuff like that? Like, millions of
Oh
times.
yeah, every episode.
Like, the fact that, and Facebook sent me an email, but he sent me one at the same time. Like, that was really cool. It's like, just click this button to apply the link. All right, I did it. So it's on there. So check out his video. Check out his channel. Look at his stuff. I'm going to be browsing through it, too, because that was cool. It was a nice throwback. Thanks for the share, Brian. So we're going to go around this table. Live fire, what do you got to close us out today?
Keep your fucking pool clean.
I like it. I like it. So Cowabunga Pools, if you need pool service, check them out. Brian, you got to memorize the phone number and the website so you can share it out there.
Oh wait, I'm not wearing the
He's
shirt.
not wearing the
Okay.
shirt, but look it up on Facebook if you're in the Florida area. It's Cowabunga Pools.
Cowabunga Pools.
KBT, what do you got to close us out today?
Just be good to one another, be kind to each other. Don't always believe what you hear in the media, and always remember that if you're going to drink and drive, wear a condom.
I like the reverb. What do I got to close us out? It's nice having all of us back together. Thank you to all our new subscribers for joining on here. Make sure you share it out. Share it with your friends. Check out our website, jlihpodcast.com. If you're an audio podcast listener, you can get this podcast on Apple Music, Google Podcasts, all of them. Spotify. There's so many I can't even name them. I think we're on like 30 different things. We're in the UK. We're in Ireland. We have subscribers everywhere on the audio side. So check it out if you want something to listen to on like you drive to work. If you have a dream, you have a vision, now's the perfect time, guys. Most of this world is closed. So if you want to do something like this, get off your ass and do it. It's not that hard. Just be real.
Even if you don't have the money to, get crazy equipment and stuff, you could just do it with your phone and a headset.
Yeah, we started in a garage on an old ass fucking microphone,
with a
put in a
two-
cardboard box.
With a 2-channel mixer and a fucking
Not
cardboard
even
box.
the first show. We didn't even have that 2-channel
Oh, yeah,
mixer. we
that's
did it
right.
straight off of a fucking
That's
10-year-old computer.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Which, by the way, I'm still using that 2-channel mixer as a freaking as a gain
Hey, wait.
device for this microphone.
Where's your cardboard box?
I don't have. But
But
obviously, I have to say this because the world we live in. Obviously, don't fucking drink and drive.
Yeah,
We have Uber. Don't be a retard.
yeah.
right, for
Oh,
sure.
excuse me.
Well,
Don't be a special person.
There's there's another big generational difference right there. We never even got into it. There is one benefit to the new generation, and when it comes to like drinking and driving and doing dumb stuff, you have way more options today to get home safely.
Not do it.
Yeah.
Or just not do it. But there's more options to get
No, I mean,
home
don't drink
safely.
and drive is what I mean.
Yeah, and don't assault your Uber driver. It's not going to end well for you.
Yeah, just ask the other dude.
With that being said, there it comes. I feel my shoulders moving already. There it is. Woo! Yes! All right! You have just listened to another episode of the Just Let It Happen podcast. I'm A. Cortez.
I'm live fire.
KBT.
And if you want to see everything we do, go to jlihpodcast.com. And if you want to support us, patreon.com/jlih. In closing, Coffee Day!
Bald head.
Oh. KBT, do the honors.
Oh, you have now. It is now safe to end your podcast. I'm sorry, it's been a while since I've said that.
So we'll put up the next event for the next show, and we'll see you guys later.